Hi, this is Dan Hamilton with the Hamilton Real Estate Group at Coldwell Banker in Palm Desert, California. It's Monday, July 19th, and this is the Monday Minute, your weekly update on the local Palm Springs real estate market. The last few weeks I've indicated we're seeing some numbers that might indicate a shift in the market, and today we're going to look at some charts that show a bit of a longer term trend that illustrate, in fact, I think we are seeing a shift. So let's get to the numbers and see what's happening. Our new listings this week are up 11% to 354, so we've been right around that mid 350 range. Let's look at what's happening with the inventory right now. The number of homes available for sale are up 5.2% to 786. We've seen that upward trend for the last 4 weeks, but let's look what's been happening over the last 4 months to get a better sense of the trends. And looking at the trends for the last 4 months, let's look from mid-March to now. You can see that we were seeing a decline in inventory, but we're starting to see that inventory now edge back up again. So in fact, over the last few weeks, we have seen more homes available for sale than we had earlier in the year. So let's look at our buyer activity. New escrows, which are indicating buyers coming into the market. New escrows were up 3% to 170, but let's look what's been happening over the long term with buyer activity. Again, when we look back from mid-March up to mid-July, we can see that there's been, over the last 2 months, a fairly consistent decline in buyer activity. So that kind of reinforces my thought. We're hearing anecdotally that a lot of buyers are starting to set the market out a bit and waiting for it to normalize a bit, so to speak. And in fact, it looks like the numbers are bearing out that in fact that's happening. Our closed transactions were up 24.6% this week to 299. Again, that's reflective of the probably new escrow activity from 4 to 6 weeks ago. But I would anticipate that with the decline in the buyer activity and new escrows, that we'll start to see a slight decline in the number of closings as we move through the summer. Our average selling price was up this week 3.6% to $611,222. Slightly up from over the last 4 weeks. But let's again look at what's been happening long term with this average selling price. When we look at that average selling price, we can see that it started around $605,000 back here in the beginning, and as we move over, it was a slight increase. But now we're seeing it stabilize into that low 600,000 range. Again, I think what we're seeing is a little bit of a normalization of our market. Normally we'd see the inventory drop off severely in the summer, and we're starting to see that come back a bit. It's not necessarily with all the new listings coming back, but with the drop off on the buyer activity. So we're going to keep an eye on this week by week, come back every week to see the latest on what's happening in our market. If you're thinking about selling though, it's still a great time to sell. Call me 760-625-7229, or you can text that number. Let me show you what your home's worth in this market and help you with a strategy to get the best price for your home. We are still finding great homes for buyers, so if you're looking for a home, start your search on our website, www.thehamiltonregroup.com. And of course, as always, if you're looking for the charts that go with this update, you'll find them online at www.themondayminute.com. So thanks for joining me, and come back every week for the Monday Minute.